Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because we are about to enter a November to remember, to say the least. So there's a lot to cover in regards to society, the economy, uh, the markets, a little bit of everything right now. And just a ton to cover. So please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And today we have a sponsor, Lyte Bug, which is very cool. I love this thing. And I'll talk about them a little later. Now let's get into it. We have a tumultuous November, to say the least. And first thing we have is on November 2nd, we're going to have the Fed's meeting, and they're going to release what they're going to do as far as interest rates. And, the meeting starts on November 1st. And it's going to go 2 days. And on November 2nd, they're going to release their interest rate increase, supposedly, and it's supposedly going to be 3/4 of a point that has already been built into this ridiculous market that has no bearing on reality whatsoever. I mean, this market, the stock market, is lunacy, to say the least, right now. And I, I think that they're going to raise interest rates and you're going to see the stock market go up, which is going to be insane. So I'm sure that Jerome Powell will not speak off the cuff, and he will come out and he will tell us how great everything is and how fantastic the whole world is, and that they have inflation under control. As I'm telling you this right now, we haven't covered this yet. You're going to have the most expensive Thanksgiving ever. The most expensive Halloween is going to happen ever, as far as costumes for the people that are spending money on that. That's etched in stone right now. So, I mean, that's the beginning of this right now, guys. And next up is November 4th is the jobs report. Again, the jobs report, this used to sway the stock market one way or another, where if we had a bad jobs report, you would see the stock market go down because people were concerned about hiring and jobs and everything like that. There is no reality to any of this right now. You know, right now, Twitter, people are going through right now, the takeover of Twitter by Elon Musk. And somehow this is, crazy that people are losing their jobs when he told you that this was going to happen 90 days ago, that these people were going to lose their jobs and that they were not going to, he was going to fire 75% of the staff. So now it's a big shock, and now people don't know what to do, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And again, when you buy companies, they have employment contracts with these people. They know exactly everything down to the penny, what these people get paid and what their stock options are. And one thing that's very interesting is that supposedly there was certain bonuses and things like that that were supposed to be paid this week, and that's been completely eliminated with the takeover of Elon Musk taking over the company. So there's that. And then November 8th, we have the midterms. Now, one thing we've talked about on the channel quite a bit is that there is no political party on this channel. The political party on this channel is the small business owner. And we don't go to one side or another. And the one thing that I hate about right now is that I don't care what side you're on, the other side is completely stupid and criminal and terrible. And how could you think that way? And it's a horrible way to live. And we need to get back to a middle ground with everything. And again, that right there is going to get people to flip out and say, middle ground, man, we got to have a middle ground. Don't you know how wrong those people are? Yes, I do. And I know how wrong you are for feeling the way you are too. So, but it will be interesting to see what happens. Election day used to be the day, and now it seems like it's election 6 months. So it'll be interesting to see how long it takes for things to get decided, and the results from around the country. It will be very interesting, to say the least, as we live through November 8th. And then think about this. All of these activities, everything I've talked about, this is within 7 trading days of the market. Now, in a normal month, in a normal year, trying to keep the sun out of your eyes, in a normal year, this would be an epic month. So it would be absolutely catastrophic to have all these events happen at the same time. And then the final thing is November 10th. That's the consumer price index, where we're going to learn how inflation is. And again, I hate the lie that inflation is at a 40-year high. Guys, this is at an all-time high right now. We are seeing things go up like we've never seen before. We are seeing Vegetables sky high. I spoke with Fran Glover yesterday, who runs Joseph Dreamhouse, and she was talking about how with her YouTube channel, Ma Chef, and how she buys the ingredients for each video that she makes. She makes a recipe and breaks down the nutrients count on everything, which is really cool. And she had one day that she had to buy bell peppers. 2 red bell peppers were $10. $10 for 2 bell peppers. So consumer price index, hey, it's going down, guys. Everything's good. There's nothing to worry about. I don't know what you guys are freaking out about, because inflation is nothing to worry about. And again, it's at the highest I've ever seen it. And again, they throw in things that are ridiculous, like military spending for the GDP, which doesn't affect you and I. We're not buying planes, guys. We're not buying tanks or Humvees or anything like that. So it's ridiculous to have that in there. And then the next thing is, gas not being included and food not being included. I went to the store today to go buy, just some things for my diet, and it was absolutely crazy how expensive, ground turkey is, and how fresh vegetables are. It's nuts, guys. Absolutely nuts. A pound of ground turkey for $10 a pound now is insane. We used to buy 3 pounds for $8.99, and that was 90 days ago. 120 days ago. Now it's like that. So, we're going to see all of this information that should be catastrophic. You should have things that should drop the stock market by 1,000 points. And if you talk and listen to the real prognosticators for the market, people that know the market, that follow, day by day tracking, they think that after November 8th, that all bets are off and that we're going to see something completely catastrophic happen in the market, which will be interesting. I'm in Newport right now, so very interesting that we're having these times. But it's, again, a November to remember, guys. Share your thoughts on all this stuff. Let me know what you're thinking about this stuff so far, because I think that we're in for a treat. Let's talk about our sponsor, Lyte Bug. Lyte Bug is amazing. This is a solar-powered light that can give you backup lighting and backup power for your cell phones, for your house. It's absolutely amazing. When you think about the last month with Hurricane Ian and the damage that was done with people losing power, if they would have had a Lyte Bug, it would not have been an issue. This thing is so incredibly bright for being a solar-powered light. Plus, right now you can get the Lyte Bug for 66% off. Use the link below, lightbug.com. Check it out below, and they will give you a free trial for 30 days at 66% off the price. Now think about this. In the last week, our power went out here. We weren't concerned because we had the Lyte Bug. And the cool thing with this is that we could charge our cell phones, we could use it for backup power and for lighting in the house, and we were never dark. Absolutely amazing. You need to have a Lyte Bug today. It's incredibly inexpensive. It needs to be part of your preparedness arsenal. And again, save 66% with using the link below, and let them know that I allegedly sent you. But check out the Lyte Bug today. Now, another level of concern is Treasury bonds. I love our Treasury Secretary, first of all, Janet Yellen, who has stepped forward and said that the economy is strong and that she sees no signs of a recession. She sees no signs that people are pulling back in the economy and that they're spending less and that things are great. Now, again, to sit there and say, everything's great, my team is doing good, that's nothing to worry about. I mean, I understand the rhetoric and I understand trying to push that, but guys, it gets to a point that this is insane, absolutely insane at this point. So, Treasury bonds are one of the benchmarks that we use to determine the financial viability and strength of our economy. It's relied upon around the world right now. And the problem that we're having is that, we're seeing this thing very volatile right now, to say the least. Think about this. Treasury bonds, 90 days ago, 120 days ago, were at 1.5%. They hit above 4%. And now they're just 3.8. They've dropped back down, which is insane that they've dropped back down the way that they have. But there is a credit crunch right now. There is a problem with the viability of the Treasury bonds in our banking system right now. And you're going to see banks have major problems right now in the coming 90 days, 120 days. And I really believe this. I think you're going to see one of the big four banks, close up. I think you're going to see one of the investment banks close up. But according to Janet Yellen, everything is perfect. There's not a care in the world, and we don't have to be concerned about this. Now, one person I follow that you guys know is one of my heroes, Greg Manarino, has something called the MMRI, Manarino Market Risk Indicator, that he came up with. And this is tied to the Dixie, it's tied to the T-bills, it's tied to the dollar, and it's a great way of determining risk. And if you want to go to traderschoice.net, that is his site, and it's right in the front page of it. But that's the first thing. Literally, when I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing I click on. That's, I showed him that when we were sitting at his house talking about this. But it is absolute lunacy. We're living in a time right now that the stock market is shooting up right now when everything is so awful right now. Okay? So 4 huge events within 7 trading days should spook everybody right now. So we'll see if it does, to say the least. So, share your thoughts on this. Are you concerned about the bank's, financial viability, their credit worthiness right now? The fact that when you put money into a bank, you don't have to, they don't have to keep a reserve with fractional banking. It's 0 right now. So they used to have to keep a percentage to protect us with the banking system. Not anymore. Don't have to do that. Down to 0, guys. So share your thoughts on that. It's complete dysfunction in the marketplace. And, it used to be an instrument of success. So, one thing that is very interesting is these SPAC programs. And here's a name from the past, Colin Kaepernick. He had a SPAC program that was going to buy a company. And what you do is you put these investments together, and then they go out and they acquire a company and they go public at the same time. And it's a great way to do it. It's a great way to go public quickly. And as I start looking to this for one of our businesses, there's ways to do this. But the thing about Colin Kaepernick is that Mission Advancement was the name of his SPAC. And it fell apart. And a year ago, they were relying on his notoriety to sit there and promote this on TV and in the press and on social media, and he refused to do it. He even went on Good Morning America with George Stephanopoulos and didn't push the SPAC like he was supposed to. Think about this. The guy's bonus would have been $6 million if he would have done that, and refused to do it at the last minute, and the thing fell apart. So they make sponsorship deals with celebrities and with athletes all the time. I was sitting in a restaurant one day about 5 months ago, and these guys next to me were arguing about their bonus. That one guy owned the company, one guy was his best friend, and is talking about their bonus. But they were doing a crypto deal, and they were having all these athletes, basketball players especially, that were going to promote the cryptos and the NFTs, the non-fungible tokens, and everybody was going to have a bonus based on that. And it was interesting because they're going to pay a basketball player 190 grand to go out and talk about this stuff in like 2 or 3 venues. And I was like, wow, that's some dough to do that. But that's what they did with Mr. Kaepernick. So again, do you guys listen to that stuff? Does that, does it have to be your team? Is it your guy? Do you like it if Warren Buffett talked about something, or Elon Musk, for those of you fanboys that are out there? Does that interest you when people do that stuff? But the SPACs are definitely they had better days, in the past. So share your thoughts on all that stuff. One thing I get a kick out of is people that own the EV cars, that love the EV cars, talk about how easy the EV cars are to charge. And one thing I found for you guys is there's a list of all of the EV charge stations in the country. And there's only 54,000 of them, which sounds like a lot, sounds like a big number. This dog's out swimming, enjoying they're throwing the ball, and he's out swimming. Let's see if we can get a good shot of that. So Oh, come on, throw it in, dude. Come on, throw it in. There we go. That is epic. So the dog goes and swims. Oh, look at that. The dog is just totally swimming out there like that. That is so cool. That is awesome. That could be the coolest dog ever. So the charging stations I get a kick out of because people, I find it to be incredibly inconvenient. I love going to the supermarket and seeing people sit there for 45 minutes. And I go in to the store, the guy pulls up, he plugs in his car, I shop and get sidetracked and answer the phone 4 times, come out and the guy's still sitting there. By the way, that could be the coolest dog ever that does that. You. So that's just absolutely awesome. So. Look at that. So very cool. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Zuri. This could be the coolest dog ever. Ladies and gentlemen, Zuri.
Show them how we do it.
Oh. That is epic. That's so cool.
Part of the day.
Almost got it. Zuri's coming back. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Look at this dog doing this, guys. Tide's taking her away just a little bit. You can tell. Go, Zuri, go. That is epic. That is so cool. Yay. Oh, yeah. Yay. Thank you. Hi, how are you? Now, here's a great article on a Newsbreak. And they have quotes from Jamie Dimon, David Solomon, and Ray Dalio. And the thing that's fascinating about this is they say that the average American should brace for a very difficult recession. And all three men, very prominent in banking and finance, and they all say that, we haven't seen anything yet. And no matter what games they play, we're going to have a complete epic problem. And then first one is Jamie Dimon. Jamie Dimon steps forward, and he's the CEO of JP Morgan. He steps forward and says that what we're going to see as far as inflation is just get worse. And the average American does not know what to do and is not prepared for what's coming right now. Now, the next one is David Solomon, the CEO of Morgan Stanley. And he says that interest rates are absolutely sky high right now and that we haven't seen anything yet and that they're only going to get worse in the coming months. So that's going to be fascinating, to say the least. And Ray Dalio, again, talking about how preparedness and people are not prepared for what's coming. And, think of everything that we've talked about, over the last year about inflation and how it's not a big deal, it's transitory, it's no big deal. And now, we have a rough patch. Jamie Dimon says we're going into a hurricane. Well, Jamie Dimon's right now is fed up, it looks like. And it's kind of funny to see this rich fat cat at this point where he's like, this is not working. Well, with the Fed's meeting this week, this is all going to come full circle because you can't deny the problem. I mean, this is dysfunctional, alcoholic, insanity right now. This is, a bunch of booze hounds trying to run the show, and we're supposed to listen to that. It's just Otis the drunk from Mayberry, So share your thoughts on that stuff because these are people that are very well respected. I have a tremendous amount of respect for these guys. Even I think Jamie Dimon, a guy that makes $36 million and was upset that somebody made 500 grand more than him, so he had to have his pay raised so he could be the highest paid banker, is, an ass clown. I mean, to say the least. But you'd think that this guy would you know, feel for his employees, which, you know, well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I mean, we're going to have a terrible Christmas. We're going to have a terrible just end of the year. I really feel that. And you can blame the other side and you can blame politics and you can do that all you want. I think what we're about to enter is going to be catastrophic. Now, and again, let me know what you think about this. Read the article because I really like it, and I like when people give their 2 cents. Now, Ray Dalio's in a different spot now because he's not running Bridgewater anymore. He stepped away, but he's still super rich guy watching the economy. And I always get a kick out of people that retire at certain times, and I always look at this. What was the reason that this person stepped away? Well, it's clear why Ray stepped away. I mean, it's done. This whole thing is done. So share your thoughts on all that stuff, guys. What is the worst state fiscally in the entire union? I think it's Illinois, because when you hear this, this is absolutely insane. Illinois has the largest number of people that are public employees in the $100,000 plus club. They have 132,388 people in the 100,000 plus club. So people that make over 100 grand a year for that state. Now, they have the worst schools. They have the highest crime rate. They're about to let everybody and their brother commit a daily purge on that state and go home. Hey, here's a ticket for the attempted murder that you just did, and come back on the 19th. We'll talk to you then. That is insane. But think about this. Researching this, there's an article below, but researching this, there are a ton of employees that make $400,000 a year working for the state and working in law enforcement and working for the courts and working for things that should be fixed and should be working and getting people behind bars and solving the problem of crime and bad schools. It's got one of the lowest reading rates in the country. Okay, look, maybe I went there. Maybe that's my problem. No, but guys, come on, okay? This is insane. You can't fleece the company too much. There was a city here in Southern California, I think it was Bell, forgive me if I am wrong, where the city managers just started paying people whatever they wanted and paid himself and his friends. And if I have the city name wrong, I apologize. But this guy was giving out, 15 years ago, $300,000 salaries to the woman that answered the phone for the city. Crazy stuff like that. The city manager gave himself all these bonuses, bought all these houses here in Southern California, and finally got arrested for that. So, where do you draw the line? Do you guys worry about these pensions? If you have a pension, do you think about that? Because this is going to get worse, guys. They're not going to solve this problem. They're not all of a sudden going to become responsible and manage your money better. You're going to wake up one day and these people with pensions are going to not have the pensions. You're seeing this happen around the country. You're seeing in the South and all these different places that do not have the money to pay for things. They're losing money with their investments. They're doing risky investments. CalPERS here, first of the year around that time, came up with a plan to do riskier investments, and the board voted yes on it. And it's not their money to do that, but they want to try to jack it up because there's a shortfall in paying people. So you're going to see problems with this stuff. And again, does anybody out there, they're an Illinois public employee that thinks that they're underpaid, or of somebody that's overpaid like that? Again, this is just staggering to hear this stuff. So let me know what you think about this and if you're concerned about things like the pensions and stuff like that. I'm going to end this video with these last couple stories. And the first one is with the Twitter takeover by Elon Musk. There are two pranksters that filled boxes and walked out of Twitter's offices like they were just laid off. And the story is below, but one guy that was interviewed, they had fake names, and one guy that was interviewed said, I don't know what I'm going to tell my husband and wife when I get home. Just crazy stuff. So actually pretty funny that these guys did this. And but just shows you how gullible the press is. So I got a kick out of that. I'm going to end this story with this company that says that they've invented the fastest shoe ever. It can make you run 7 miles an hour. Well, I've ran 7 miles an hour, guys. I've run 8 miles an hour easily. Looked at my app. I'm like, when I run, what am I running at? So these shoes are called Moonwalkers. Okay, maybe in honor of the one and only MJ. Okay, but think about this: the Moonwalkers by Shift Robotics. Okay, $1,399 for a pair of tennis shoes. They're not skates; they're shoes. That's what we want to tell you. I mean, what do people smoke that's okay? That they sit there, that they convince themselves that this is something they want to try or do or whatever. I don't get it. But again, New York Post article. Check it out below. You've got a few hours left to sign up for the party. If you'd like to join us live, then it's going to be shut off to just the drawing only. None of the tickets, when you sign up, you're not guaranteed a ticket. They're going to be put into a hat by the people that said that they can attend live, and then we're going to start reaching out to them via email. If you said that you won't receive emails from us, you're not going to get notified. You're not going to be put in that list. So there's that. So once you get notified, you're going to have to quickly come back and say, yes, we're going to attend, and all will be well. But again, there's no guests. There's no bringing your kids, and my dog's going to show up too. No. No. They're going to check ID, and you're going to get the greatest people. I have Melissa, who worked a huge event I just went to, and she's going to come work for us. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be epic. So please, dansilver.com. You got a few hours left if you'd like to sign up. And eventually you're going to have a big red thing on the screen that's going to say you cannot attend the event live, only enter the raffle. But sign up, guys. dansilver.com. Do not search it. Use the link in the video description below. Please do not forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Take a look at our sponsor, Lyte Bug. That thing is really cool, guys, because, again, we lost power last week, and we had no worry because we were charging the cell phones and everything from that thing. So take a look at it. Onward and upward, guys. If you want to sponsor the party, send me an email to iAllegedly@gmail and write party sponsor and let me know what you'd like to donate, and my team will reach out to you and talk to you. But we've got some cool stuff and some cool gifts, Airbnbs, silver, all this cool stuff that people are giving out. So I mean, it's going to be worth attending. It's also going to be worth, if you're in the audience, getting some of this cool stuff. So I will see you guys very soon, and share your thoughts on everything, guys.